move to the second keynote speech of the day by His Excellency Sheikh Ibrahim bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, Chairman of AAOIFI Board of Trustees.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ووالاه وبعد. حيث أن لغة المؤتمر هي اللغة الإنجليزية كما أخبرت، فإنني سوف أضطر للكلام باللغة الإنجليزية، وأبدأ الحقيقة بالترحيب بكم. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Well, good morning to you all. On behalf of Accounting and Auditing Organization of Islamic Financial Institutions, AAOIFI, it is indeed my pleasure to welcome you all to the virtual forum on pressing topics, which is COVID-19, economic implication, Islamic finance, and the way forward. I would like to thank you all, the dignitaries, the speakers, the supporter, and the attendees for their cooperation in making this event possible in less than 4 weeks' time. Through this web-based forum, we aim to provide an opportunity for Islamic finance stakeholders to explore and discuss ways and means to help reduce the impact of the pandemic coronavirus, COVID-19, on Islamic finance through its risk-sharing principle using Islamic social finance tools and the financial technology fintech. I am personally very keen to listen to what this expert have to say. In the meanwhile, allow me the opportunity to briefly share my own thoughts on the topic with you. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic COVID-19, which started in December 2019, has literally brought the whole world to a standstill. Although the epicenter of the outbreak was initially in China, it has now shifted to Europe and America, as more than 185 countries have reported cases of pandemic coronavirus, resulting in more than hundreds of thousands of deaths and millions being infected globally. The impact of the pandemic on the global economy are unprecedented. It has resulted in the contraction of global GDP, increased unemployment, and overall a loss of the humanity in general. As a result, the impact of COVID-19 has forced policymakers around the world to take prompt action by providing economic stimulus package by way of physical monetary interventions. Ladies and gentlemen, the Islamic economics, banking and finance is no exception, as the market participants are coming to terms to understand the economic implication of COVID-19. Multilateral institution like the Islamic Development Bank has launched an aid package, while Islamic bank and financial institutions have introduced precautionary measures and provided reliefs to the creditors in line with the government guidelines. This has also raised some challenges for Islamic banks and financial institutions related to regulatory guidelines, liquidity management, lack of clarity on the impairment treatment, increase in non-performing financing, and thus an overall impact on the profitability. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the slowdown in economic productivity, it is affordable to us as a remarkable opportunity to recast the economic and financial system into smoothing different, something that serves the may, not the few. Our collective imagination can surely take the beautiful principle of Islam to forge a more equitable model of an economy. We want to strive for an economic model that is based on sharing risk and sharing the opportunities, rewards, a system that reduces volume born from charging interest, a system that does not exploit the weak in society whose bargaining power is significant, a system not based on financial product that have a weak connection to real economy, a system that discourages excessive speculation to gain endless profit. Instead, encourages its agents to work for a common goal, a system that places equitable outcome and a benefit for all. Islamic finance sector in this difficult time must play its due role for providing road for such ideal system. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is expected that the default rate of the Islamic finance customer will go up. Hence, it is important for Islamic financial institutions to emphasize with their client in coming up with an optimum solution, which provide payment moratorium, discount and waivers, relax working capital and financing terms to ensure continuity of business in these extraordinary times, as advocated by the Sharia principle and are the value system of Islam. I have always personally opposed the idea of harsh civil and criminal action against defaults, and I believe this is a high time to promote these values, and Islamic finance shall be the leader in this respect. In addition, Islamic banks in various countries can set up a joint fund through their respective customer social responsibility budget to support people and sector affected by this pandemic coronavirus. This may include support to the families of the sick and the deceased. The fund may also use to boost the healthcare services by way of increasing hospital capacity, such as hospital beds, ventilator, and medical staff, in order to cushion the determined impact of the pandemic. Furthermore, the enhanced role of zakat and waqf cannot be undermined in these challenging times. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and I would urge that this all should be initially local, but should go beyond borders, as it is a global issue and some countries might be in more need than others. I further believe that the rehabilitation after these times would also need an important role for Islamic finance, particularly through micro, small, medium-sized enterprise finance under Islamic models. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt that the post-COVID-19, the world will be different in many ways. One of them is through the increased use of technology. Banks are encouraged customers to move from visiting branches to digital banking. I truly believe that the fintech can be used to leapfrog the current times and can be used effectively in promoting an adoption of risk-sharing model of Islamic finance and in the different deployment of philanthropic and endowment funds. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude my speech, I would like to take this opportunity to inform you that while facing these challenges time, we at AAOIFI are on our forefront, full enthusiasm and commitment. Our technical board, working groups and subcommittees meetings are being held as scheduled, as using the web-based tools. The capacity building program are all on track and examination being conducted online and in line with the government healthcare guidelines. And our advocacy and awareness program, those slightly impacted, continue to provide the platform where we develop the infrastructure for the global finance industry. We also committed to organize our two international conferences, Sharia Board Conference and AAOIFI ISPD World Bank Conference in the fourth quarter of the year, inshallah, hoping that the situation gets better by that time. In addition, two important initiatives and activities of AAOIFI that I would like to bring to your kind attention are, number one, AAOIFI Accounting Board has set up a COVID-19 response task force. The mandate of the task force is to monitor and provide guidance on the accounting impact and response to economic effect COVID-19. The second is AAOIFI is the final stage of publishing its footprint analysis report, which provide a detailed analysis on countries and jurisdictions where AAOIFI standards are followed. In the end, I would like to thank the Board of Trustees, our technical board members, subcommittee members, our institutional members, and various stakeholders for their support of AAOIFI and its initiative. Thank you for patiently listening to me. I wish you a fruitful discussion during the next 3 hours and look forward to addressing to you again soon إن شاء الله. وخالص تمنياتي لكم بصياما مقبولا وتقبل الله منكم الطاعات وجعلكم من عتقاء هذا الشهر الكريم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
I, on behalf of all the participants, would like to thank Sheikh Ibrahim bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, Chairman of AAOIFI Board of Trustees, for sharing the keynote speech. My understanding of it is that in addition to the new economic system that retired Justice Taqi Usmani addressed as well, His Excellency advised Islamic banks to be empathetic in these difficult times with their clients in working out an optimum solution in line with the Sharia guidelines. Furthermore, His Excellency advised banks at national level to set up or to route their CSR activities in light of the people affected by the pandemic by setting up a joint fund at a national level. Excellencies, friends, and industry colleagues, before I introduce the first panel session, let me inform you that shortly during the panel discussion, a poll question will pop up on your screen. You will have at least 1 hour to reply. You may do so immediately or after listening to the experts. The results of the polls will be announced at the end of the session. Now,